Welcome to Module 7 of the Introductory Training course for iMember360, Setting Up Your Membership Site. In this module, we will cover 5 lessons: adding a login widget to your membership site, creating a My Accounts page, adding a My Pages menu to the sidebar, basic content protection, and page excerpts. In this lesson, we'll add a login widget to the sidebar of our website. From the WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance, then click Widgets. Click and drag the iMember360 login widget to an area of the sidebar. I'm going to put it right below Search. The widget should automatically expand, but if it doesn't, just click the arrow to expand it so you can see the options. How you choose to set up and fill out the options is up to you, but to make things easy, the most popular settings are already checked by default. The only things I would recommend that you do are add something to the title areas, the before login title and the after login title. Members login here is what I'll put in the before login. That sort of gives people a notification that this is where they log in to the website. And for title after, I'm going to just put welcome. You'll notice that we have an area here that can add the username to the title after login. So that would say welcome, first name, last name of the contact that's logging in. One other little tip is about the register link that you'll see here. That shows up because we want to give people an opportunity to register. And so what happens is when they click that registration link, it sends them to a page that you will have chosen in another area of the setup in part of the options. That can be a page that's either a sales letter or some kind of opt-in. It's all up to you. We include it in the login widget because people always want a way to kind of join in, and so this can help build your list and build your sales. So that's it for setting up the login widget. There are other options here that you'll see, but they're not necessary for complete functionality of the login widget. They're just more customizations. So we're going to keep it simple for now and just leave the settings the way that they are. Click Save, and now we're on to the next lesson. In this lesson, we'll create a very simple My Account or profile page so that our users can maintain their account information on their own. Hover over the pages and choose Add New. Title the page My Account. Now we're going to set the protection level of the page. We want members of every one of the levels that we set up to be able to see this page, so we'll click all of those levels. Remember, that was purple, subscriber, silver, gold, and platinum. Now let's create the page content. Now what I'm going to put is just suggested content. You can put anything you want. I'll put a greeting with some information about their memberships, a couple of forms to let them update their contact information and password. I'll be using iMember360 shortcodes to do some of the magic on this page. You can find a list of the shortcodes in the documentation section of our website at docs.imember360.com. Most of the shortcodes we'll be using are in the regular folder. Now here's the greeting I'm going to use along with a shortcode that will display the logged in user's first name. Next, I'll use a shortcode to display the membership levels that they belong to. Then I'll use another shortcode to display the date when they first registered. We'll want to have a section on the page where they can update their account information, and to do that we'll need a form. To get that form, we'll create a campaign in our Infusionsoft Apps Campaign Builder. Here we are on the beginning page of our app. Let's hover over Marketing and choose Campaign Builder. The campaign that we'll build is super simple, and you could create a new campaign or just add it to an existing campaign. I'll add it to the campaign that we created for Silver Member Follow-Up. To do that, click on Silver Member Follow-Up. Under Campaign Tools, drag the goal out, change the name to Update Account Information, and click Save. Let's double click so we can set up the form. Make sure that first name and last name and email are showing, and if last name is not showing on your form, click the wrench and make sure that the checkbox is checked next to the field that you want to show. We think first and last name are okay. Make sure it says required, then click Save. Next, we're going to click on the tab for field snippets, and we're going to grab the address and put it below the first name, last name, and email. We'll want to make sure that we're using the billing address. Unless you're using physical product, then you would want to use billing and shipping. Since we're selling information products, and that's what we're assuming, we're going to assume the billing address, because that will be the same as what they use for their credit card. And then we'll click Save. We'll want to add at least one phone number, and I might suggest that you add 2 phone numbers. So the first thing we'll do is we'll drag the phone number snippet to the bottom of our list of fields, and we'll choose phone 1. Then we always store cell phones in phone 3, so I'm gonna give them the opportunity to put their cell phone in there as well, so that we can communicate with them using SMS. Next, we're gonna change our submit button by hovering over it and clicking the wrench to edit the configuration. We're going to change the title of the button to Update My Account. We're going to change the alignment to centered, and we're going to leave the size, and we're going to hit Save. That's it for customizing the form. Now we're going to go to the thank you page, and we're going to set up the thank you page to be our website and the account page that we're using right now. And we're going to click Pass Contacts Information to the thank you page. We're going to change it from draft to ready. We're going to go back to the campaign, and then we're going to click Publish. You'll notice that it's showing us what it considers an error, that the campaign element is not connected. That's not a problem because it doesn't have to be connected to work. We're just using it as a form. So we're going to ignore what it thinks is sort of an error, and we're going to hit Publish. Now we're going to go back to Edit. We're going to double click on the Update Account Information, and once it opens, we're going to click on the code page. We're going to click on HTML code unstyled, and we're going to copy everything in the code area for the HTML that we'll need for our page. We're going to go over to our page, and we'll add that in just a moment. I've just added a little bit of code that's going to help label and style, as well as a little bit of shortcode magic. But this is going to help label and style the form code that I just grabbed from the app. And I want to explain it to you just a little bit. You can get the custom CSS that Roundbox is going to use on the page that's in the documentation. And I'll put that page link up on the screen for you. So we have the form code in our buffer, but I want to explain to you what this shortcode does, the I4W_web form. It basically fills out all of the information that's in a web form by querying the Infusionsoft API and grabbing any information that was filled out for that customer. So I'm going to paste the form code in there right now. The next thing we're going to do is add some code to let our user change their password. So what I've done is added a label to update so that we can identify the update my password section. And then I've used a short code called password_change that will display the password change form that iMember360 will submit. And basically that's it for the page. Let's click publish, and then we can log in as a test user and view the page. But first, let's view the page as an admin, because I want you to know something about testing pages when you're an admin and what might happen when you do that. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. So I'm not sure if you caught it, guys, but I made a little bit of a mistake there. I had entered all of the content for the page with the tab set to visual, and that made a complete mess of it. So I've corrected that now. The way that I did it, because I was entering in straight HTML code, so I should have been editing in the text mode. So I've corrected that. Let's open the page in another link, and we'll discuss how that looks. So let's open it in another tab, and here's what the page looks like. Now, because I'm logged in as an administrator, not as a user, it doesn't know what my first name is, and it's showing the administrator level. Also, you'll notice that the update my password is blank because it's not, it doesn't have the password field from any record. And you also see that the form is empty as well, so it's not pulling a record from Infusionsoft. You also see that I have a problem here with my date. It's pulling a time here instead of a day number. So we're going to fix all of that, and we're also going to look and see how it looks when you log in with a test user. So let's go back to our page, and let's fix a couple of these little editing snafus. All right, so one of the things that I want to change is I want to change this this day number, and to do that I'm going to look up this is PHP date information, formatting information. So I'm going to look that up really quick, and I'm going to fix that for you so that it'll be correct. So here's what the page looks like when we have a user log in. You can see that it fills out the first name, it grabs the membership from the Infusionsoft app, it shows the date that the person signed up, the IW_web form fills out all the information that we have here in the contact record in Infusionsoft and shows it here. Now, I went ahead and made a couple of changes. I changed the label here from phone 1 to best phone, and from phone 3 to cell phone. And I'll show you where we make those changes on the page. And you also see that it shows up, the update my password function shows up, giving me an opportunity to change my password should I want to. So I'll show you exactly where I made the changes and what kind of what the change took care of. We had a small mistake here. We had a small s instead of a large s in the PHP date formatting. That just is the difference between second count and the third, fourth, fifth, sixth that gets appended to the day number. The day is a small j, so I just changed that. I added some stuff for spacing, these paragraphs with a non-breakable space. And then the other thing that I did, and that's about it. So there you have it. That's how you create a My Accounts page that looks something like that. In this lesson, we will create a menu specifically for membership levels, which will show the various pages that a visitor has access to based upon the memberships they are subscribed to. From the WordPress dashboard, hover over Appearance. choose Widgets. Locate the Pages widget and drag it to an area on the sidebar where you would like the My Pages widget to show. It should expand automatically, but if it doesn't, just click the down arrow. Give the widget a name. I'm going to call it My Pages. Choose an order to sort by. I suggest page title. And choose when to display. We suggest logged in. Click Save. Now you have a Pages menu that will show up for your users after they log in. That will be a helpful aid in navigation. That's all for this lesson. In this lesson, we will create a new page and add basic content protection. This is the simplest form of protection for your content. We will discuss the implications of protection if you've set up your memberships as exclusive or hierarchical. Regardless of your choice, content protection works the same for both pages and posts. From the dashboard, hover over Pages and then choose Add New. I'll put a title on this page and I'll put whatever content I want my members to see. So I'm putting Silver Membership Video as the title of the page, and in the content area I'll simply paste my content. Next, we'll choose the membership level or levels to allow access to this content by clicking the radio buttons next to each level in the iMember360 content protection box. Here is where we need to have a brief discussion and think about how you set up your membership levels. If you chose to set up your membership levels as exclusive memberships with all of the levels being equal, whatever you click for radio buttons on this side will be the folks that have access to your page. So if your membership levels look like this and you wanted folks that were silver members or gold members or platinum members to have access to that content, then you would choose silver member, gold member, or platinum member. But if there's content that wouldn't make sense for a platinum member or a gold member, and in fact the content only made sense for silver members, you would just click silver member. However, if you set up your membership levels to be hierarchical so that they look something like this, where platinum members have a higher level than gold members, which have a higher level than silver members, then when you choose silver member in the radio buttons in the content protection box for iMember360, every membership that is above or a higher number will have access to that page. So with this setup for content protection, gold members and platinum members automatically have access because they're higher level than silver. Now all we need to do is click publish. Now your page is visible to folks by membership level, and content, your content, is protected. That's all for this lesson. In this lesson, we'll discuss the iMember360 page excerpt facility. iMember360 uses some very sophisticated technology to protect your content while being super simple for you to use. When iMember protects a page, it does some magic behind the scenes at the server level that makes that page not even exist unless it's being viewed by a user with permission to see it. When a user doesn't have permission and tries to view a page that doesn't exist, they would normally get a 404 page error. This is not usually a good user experience, and iMember360 gives you a simple way to address this issue. It's called page excerpts. There are two different ways to create page excerpts. Site-wide, you can have them created automatically, or you can create them manually for each protected page. We're going to look at both methods. First, Let's look at creating a page excerpt manually on a page. From the dashboard, hover over Pages and then choose All Pages. I'm going to choose the silver membership video page that we created just a bit ago. Instead of users seeing the 404 error if they lack access, I want to create a manual excerpt, or teaser if you will, for that page, so that I can tell viewers that they don't have access to view the content, and I can drive them to a specific page where they can learn more about how to get access and make a purchase of the silver membership. You would create content using HTML and images that would do that and place it in the iMember360 excerpt. If you don't have that excerpt box showing on your screen, click on Screen Options and make sure that iMember360 excerpt is checked. So here, add your excerpt content. And that can be HTML. It can include iMember360 shortcodes and links to whatever page you find appropriate. When we update the page, now we have an excerpt that's protecting the content. Second, let's look at how you can place a more generic excerpt that would be displayed site-wide for all of your pages that don't have a manual excerpt created for them. From the dashboard, hover over iMember360, choose Plugin Options. Scroll down to where you find Force Excerpts at All Times and click Yes. Then scroll down to Save Changes and click Save Changes. Next, choose the pill or tab called Excerpt Settings. Then add the appropriate text in here and click Save Changes. Now you've added site-wide excerpts so that your visitors won't get that sometimes scary 404 page error. And if it's a generic enough message, you can send them to a page where they can find something more about your various membership levels, more about your company, more about your website, or possibly how to join for free. So that's it for this lesson. You've learned how to keep your visitors from seeing the 404 error and how to drive them to opt in and purchase from you. Okay, that's all for this module. Please check your inbox for messages regarding additional training resources. If you need help above and beyond the training videos, please feel free to submit a help desk request at iMember360.com/support. Or you can visit our Facebook group on Facebook/groups/iMember360. If you're ready to purchase a license for your website, please visit our pricing page at iMember360.com/pricing.